Breaking news. So today, the presidential spokesman went on Al Jazeera for an interview in regards to what is happening in Nigeria. So as you can see, that what is happening in Nigeria is no longer funny. It is now being seen all over the world. They are aware all over the world what is happening in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, Nigeria has been ranked the 5th most deadliest country in the world. That is the 5th most deadliest country in the world to visit. I cannot believe that we are living in the 5th most deadliest country in the world. It is not a good news. It is not a good thing. So while Daniel Bwala was on live television, international media, with an interview with the anchor for the whole world to hear. Now, for those of us that didn't have the opportunity to come across the news, I'm bringing it to you now. What you need to do is listen to it. Now, you're going to listen to it. There are so many lapses in the video. So I want you to tell me the lapses. Listen to it first of all. Then after we finish the video, we will now discuss. Just listen.
The camp, that enclave, where they gather.
Are you okay with having the Americans bomb Nigerian people's homes?
I'm not aware of that one.
You're not aware of Morenike Saka, who said, I began to scream for help. I had to crawl my way out of the room. The missile tore through her apartment building, according to the Washington Post. How about Musa Soliu? I was in my room. I was buried under the ruins. I don't know how to restart my life. My belongings are destroyed.
Houses were not destroyed.
You're telling us that Nigerian citizens are lying about being bombed by the US?
I am saying that the military operation that was conducted on that day was targeted as terrorists, and we hit them.
You have a history of not hitting terrorists and hitting civilians. You know that, right? Your country.
I'm not aware.
Oh, well, on December 21st, the Nigerian Air Force said that they handed over compensation to people who were hit in an accidental airstrike on Christmas Day 2024. Do you just bomb every Christmas?
When and when?
Christmas Day 2024 and Christmas Day 2025.
I dispute that fact.
We'll take it up with the Nigerian Air Force. Let me ask you this. Since President Tinubu came to office in 2023, the situation has worsened.
The camp.
In your country, you have a mixture of militant groups, you have bandits, you have clashes between herders and farmers.
We also have
Nigeria is now
of foreign interest in Nigeria.
Nigeria is now the 5th deadliest country in the world. Are you proud of that record?
I acknowledge the fact that we have insecurity in Nigeria, and until the hoax narrative of the Christian genocide, then we began to see back-to-back attack in Nigeria. We had for the first 2 years of the president's administration a substantial peace in Nigeria.
Actually, the number of deaths went up on the president's watch
after this incident of a Christian genocide. And by the way,
when did that begin?
There is no country of the world today that is free from insecurity.
No,
there
I agree.
Parts of London
that's why
you can't go in the evening.
Okay, but
we're not doing comparison.
To root out militant training camps.
But you have had so many of the bombing on behalf of the United Kingdom by the United States.
Since you're making rather spurious comparisons. 11,000 people were killed in your country. Conflict in Nigeria in 2025. That is up from 8,700 in 2023. That is a 26% increase in the number of Nigerians killed since your party and your president came to office. That's a pretty awful record.
It's awful. And we're fighting hard day and night. That's one of the reasons why the president traveled to Turkey, where we had bilateral agreement to deal with insecurity. That's why we're cooperating with the United States of America. That's why we're cooperating with any country of the world. The reason is because since 9/11, terrorism is a global phenomenon.
Agreed.
And so every country is involved in it.
But it's getting worse in Nigeria. That's the problem.
I can't say it is getting worse.
You just agreed with me when I gave you the numbers.
No,
it is getting worse, Allah.
11,000 killed in 2025. That's getting worse.
How many people were killed in the United States last year?
In conflict-related violence. Probably
this is not a conflict. This is an act of terrorism.
Okay, so how many people were killed in the United States in terrorism?
This is part of what Donald Trump many years ago what fake news. The reason is because context matters.
This is not Western media.
You are well aware.
This is not Western media.
Yes, I understand. But
this is the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data. ACLED, the most respected group that counts conflict-related violence around the world.
Let me ask you, where there is a terrorist
I can also give you another source.
Conflict?
I mean, National Human Rights Commission. This is a Nigerian group. 2,266 people were killed by bandits or insurgents in the first half of 2025. That's more than were killed in all of 2024. You are failing. Amnesty International says you are failing at security. The numbers don't lie.
It's unfortunate, and as a government,
and it's getting worse.
We're working day and night.
And it's getting worse.
Situation. I don't agree to the fact that it's getting worse.
How can it not get worse if more people die in 1 year than the previous year?
Context matters.
What's the context?
The context is not getting worse.
What?
Yes.
The context is not getting worse.
The context is first time class.
Allah, I want to beg, please. If you are given a position, if they are giving you a position to handle, and they call you for an interview that is very crucial, and they are going to put not just you on the spot, they are going to put the whole country on the spot. If you know that you don't have facts, if you know that you are not prepared, please, that Allah, I beg you, don't honor the invitation. Let me make you understand something that you don't know. You think that the whole world is not aware of what is happening in our country. Just the way we are knowing what is happening in the US, just the way we are seeing what is happening in other parts of the world, that is how other parts of the world is hearing what is happening in our country. So before you go to a media to go and speak, make sure you have facts. Don't go there empty-handed. Don't go there to go and form like you know everything, because these people, they don't even come and talk to you without facts. They talk to you with facts, they talk to you with numbers. If you look at the interview, this man was talking to Daniel Bwala with facts. Daniel Bwala was doing comparison. How can they tell you what is happening in your country? And what you are doing is you are comparing Nigeria and the UK, and you are comparing Nigeria and America. Are we now competing who have more debts than who have more? First of all, we shouldn't even get to this point. First of all, we should not get to this point whereby they are going to be reading in our face the amount of people that are taking their life in this country. How did we even get here in the first place? This is totally embarrassing. I know every part of the world they are facing their own challenges, but how did we get here to become the fifth deadliest country in the world? This blessed country that God gave to us. Kai, I just thought I should bring you the breaking news. You have watched that, you listened to that video. Go to the comments. I know most of you have seen it in your platforms. Now that you have watched this video in my own platform, can you go and tell me, go to the comment section and tell me what you think? Do you think that Daniel Bwala defended the country well, or do you think he put us more in more problem, and rather he made the people that he's working for look stupid? Because I don't think he did it.
Wow. So the latest now is the appearance of Daniel Bwala on Al Jazeera. Okay, on an interview. So we saw how he faced the Al Jazeera anchor Mehdi Hassan on a one-on-one basis with a very large audience. And you know, that interviewer, Mehdi Hassan, was very prepared with all his questions, and all his questions were centered on the statements and the things that Daniel Bwala had said in the past when he was in opposition, before he joined the APC to work for Tinubu. And Daniel Bwala blatantly denied almost everything. And it becomes some. And the one that shocked me was when he was asked, all the statements he made, he denied, and the interviewer asked him, so do you just have to say anything, because you're in opposition? And he just said, you just have to say something as an opposition. That's why you're in opposition. So does it mean that as a member of an opposition, you just say something against the other party, whether it is genuine or not, whether it is true or not? So does that mean that all those statements he made, he lied against Tinubu because he was in opposition? Because there were certain times he also concluded that both APC and Tinubu and all of them formed militia that are killing everybody, and he denied it. And there was a time they also asked him, you said that the situation in Nigeria is so devastating that for 3 days you could not eat. He said he didn't say anything. They asked him so many things, and he lied and he denied all of them, which was very, very unfortunate. So that is part of the interview that Daniel Bwala had, and you can hear clearly that Daniel Bwala practically denied every question that they were asking him, and he went there to play, supporting his party APC. But thank God, Hassan, the interviewer, was on him on one-on-one. And if it was to be Hussaini Rufai now, they would say Hussaini Rufai is rude, and he would be insulting Hussaini Rufai end to end. But now he was not able to insult this man, probably because he's a white man or he's a foreigner, so he's not able to insult him. Rather, he kept his cool and tried to maintain his decorum and answer the questions and deny practically everything that he was asked there. Quite unfortunate, quite disappointing that the so-called people that we have in Nigeria leading us are the ones that are, telling lies and using propaganda to rule the people, hiding the truth. But the whole world is seeing the truth. Data is speaking. Videos are there. Contents are there online. So there's everything he's saying. He was just saying it because he had no place to hide his face, but the data is there online. The document, all the information, everything happening in Nigeria is there online, and nobody can deny it. Quite unfortunate. The world is a global village, and America in particular is watching Nigeria, and they have record for everything. The documents, the Facebook, or rather the Twitter chats, all of them are online. The videos are there online, and then Daniel Bwala was, blatantly denying every question that he was asked. Quite unfortunate. So, what do you have to say about that interview and Daniel Bwala not accepting all the questions that they have asked him? He practically denied all. Let us hear your view in the comment section, and thank you for listening.